Hey, what's up, guys? Ruff here. So today we're dealing with a messy situation where a Twitch streamer is being accused of cheating in the Battlefield 6 beta, and after one of their tweets containing the footage went viral, people were accusing them of cheating. Eventually they were banned and unbanned on Twitch, and now there's a big narrative shift over the past 24 hours where now people are trying to accuse those who allege that there was cheating involved as transphobes. And we're seeing people, including VTubers, being canceled for simply observing the situation or having something to say about it. Now, where does all of this begin? Well, it begins with this Twitch streamer named Riley. In their location of their bio, you can see she, her, right? That'll be important for later. But they posted this montage of clips from the Battlefield 6 beta, and you can see it went viral, okay? 51 million views on a random tweet sharing footage like this with 4,700 comments. Now, if you go to the quotes, there is a narrative that is well supported by a lot of the most liked posts, where you have one saying this: imagine using aimbot and calling yourself a good player with this 2-second clip right here. This one getting 7,000 likes. We also have this right here saying obvious aimbot at 13 seconds. This tweet having 148,000 likes. And here is that specific timestamp. We'll play it for a second.
Wow,
that's really the main part people are calling out right there. You can see this person saying, "Are we effing serious right now?" MF flicks to a guy behind a wall. Then the exact second that guy drops as his gun is being lowered, it locks to the guy that was right next to him and even hits him all within a frame. You got me effed up if you think this is legit. Here's another one from the Actman saying, posting gameplay of you cheating and pretending you aren't is one of the cringiest things a gamer can do. And then you have another one with 74,000 likes saying, in quotes, I flicked that guy straight through the wall. Oopsie, end quote. Go F yourself. Now, of course, there's a very funny, side quest here where people were posting their own footage and saying, am I cheating too? Like this one right here saying, I'm curious if Twitter thinks I'm cheating too. And this would backfire because basically everyone would accuse them of cheating as well. Viral tweets like this going, yes, you are cheating. Those are not natural movements. Only someone willfully blind would think you're playing legitimately. Now, they would eventually post another clip shortly after saying, used a hand cam to prove I'm not cheating. Can't wait for week 2 of the Battlefield 6 beta. And the same thing would happen. People would continue to accuse them of cheating. The people who thought they were cheating before pretty much doubled down and thought this was even more proof because they're claiming that the hand movements don't line up with what's being played out on the screen. But we saw this comment. It would age very poorly, where someone would tag Twitch support and say, hello, please ban this streamer for using aimbot. And then the streamer in question today would say, Twitch usually only bans people who are actually cheating for that. Again, wouldn't age well because right after that, the next day, they would be banned on Twitch. And you can see this is a very simple headline here. Battlefield 6 cat boy cheater. The boy part will be relevant in a second. Banned on Twitch after going viral. And you can see 52,000 likes on this. A lot of people were very heavily invested in this situation. And then we would see some of the more vicious response starting. And you would see this new narrative push that anyone who's recognizing this situation or accusing the streamer of cheating, there's this new accusation of transphobia, including people who don't respect even the cat girl pronouns. You can see in response to that previous tweet we just looked at, this person says, blocking this account, but to go as far as saying cat boy when it's so obviously a woman is just a perfect example of how being trans gets you hate for no reason. The owner of Pirate Nation will be found in their apartment after weeks of decay on March 22nd, 2026. So this person's making a very obvious death threat. And they're doing this because the previous post labeled this person as a cat boy instead of a cat girl. They got the wrong cat pronouns. And now this person believes they should die as a result of that. And you can see it didn't get much support 8 likes, 242 comments, and celebrating for getting the attention they probably wanted. This person would reply saying, OMG, my first banger. Yes, you should be very proud. And they would make another follow-up saying, at the weirdos in my replies. You will cower in your hole until the day you die. Okay. This person definitely has a bit of a complex here. They're definitely projecting a bit too, but anyways, eventually the Riley person would be unbanned on Twitch. It was about a 24-hour ban. And this is about the time you would see the Dexerto article that I showed at the beginning of the video. And this would cause a lot of controversy, people accusing Dexerto of being transphobic, and other people commenting on this of being transphobic if they continued to support the narrative that this person was cheating. But this is the headline: VTuber Riley CS has been banned from Twitch. Their Battlefield 6 clips had recently gone viral amid cheating allegations. So this use of their apparently is very controversial and reason to call Dexerto and anyone who uses this sort of language as a transphobe. This tweet with over 20,000 likes saying Dexerto using he/him or she/her for every other person is there in their recent posts, and then they theming the trans woman is incredible work. So referring to this Riley person as they or them, or using their to describe their clips, apparently is transphobic. I mean, I think it's very obvious what they're trying to say here, and that is the narrative and the expectation they're making for everyone. So if you use gender-neutral pronouns for someone who happens to be trans, I guess that is now problematic and transphobic. Now let's go through some of the other quotes. This person saying, Asmongold called for racial genocide and got less hate than this. 42,000 likes. 42,000 sentient human beings, or possibly bots, liked this tweet. The number one makes a claim that Asmongold never made. I think everyone knows that was not the rhetoric or the exact wording he used, but this idea that this person got less hate, I don't believe that whatsoever. The amount of hate Asmongold got when he was banned on Twitch for 2 weeks, which, by the way, he got 2 weeks. This person got 1 day. But anyways, here's another narrative people are pushing. This drama is so petty, like almost nobody would have cared if she was not trans. Personally, I've seen a lot of people who are accused of cheating in video games, especially while streaming, getting crazy amounts of attention for the act. But this is the sort of narrative that none of this would have happened unless this person was trans. And here's one comment saying, banned for cheating in a game. Dude, what is Twitch? The head teacher or something? The ban should come from the game devs, not Twitch Wild. Which is pretty crazy. Again, we're going from, oh, they were cheating, to, oh, now we discovered they're trans. Oh, now the cheating doesn't even matter. Why would Twitch ban them? Well, Twitch has always banned people who are cheating. And in this case, we didn't see the email. We didn't get any actual express reason, just community guideline violations. So amidst the timing of when they were being accused of cheating and then the actual ban, you kind of put one and one together in the situation. At least Twitch thought that's what was going on. But here's another example of someone being canceled over this, and this time it's the VTuber Camilla. You can see down here, the screenshot's a little wonky because the tweets have been deleted. This is just a screenshot someone had. So you can see underneath the Dexerto post, Camilla said, hope he never comes back. And then this person says, hey, Moots, mutuals on Twitter, a lot of you follow this person. Let's get a nice unfollow, huh? So follow policing is always lame, and they double down on it saying, if this is a misunderstanding, then I'll delete the post. I hope it's a misunderstanding. And when people ask what's going on, they say transphobic, saying I hope he never comes back to a girl with a very obvious she, her in bio. And if she didn't know, why say that? I don't think most people, when they see a viral tweet about a random streamer accused of cheating, are going to find the person's bio and check out what pronouns they use. I think this was an innocent action by Camilla. I don't think Camilla had any idea what this person referred to themselves as, but people picked up the pitchforks. They're looking for a target to dunk on, and that's what happened. But eventually Camilla would apologize saying, my bad. I didn't know, I just saw a cheater, not anything else. I'm sorry. This user says, people assumed the worst out of you, are mainly trying to find a person to dunk on. You should be good. And Camilla says, Twitter is a scary place. It is diabolical how fast I was accused of being a transphobe over a genuine mistake, especially over the fact that I'm openly pansexual. Which, I mean, honestly, they would still cancel you no matter what. Even if they would view you as an ally normally, if you say something someone thinks is problematic, all that stuff goes out the window. But you can see people didn't relent. This individual saying, really glad she apologized, but sadly the damage has been done, and this incident will definitely follow her VTuber career for a great while. Her friendship with certain controversial VTubers doesn't help her case either. No, if you're not terminally online, you won't care about this at all, probably. You'll recognize that she just made a response to a viral tweet, and no, this will not follow her VTuber career for a great while. But as asked here, who are the controversial VTubers they're referring to? And they pointed out, it's Fillion and Pippa. And also, they bring in Kirsha as well. Rent-free, as always, and that's the proof that they basically deserve no benefit of the doubt because they associate with people this individual finds problematic. Okay. Here's another one saying, nice community you have there, bud. Every day I'm reminded that you flesh sacks have half your population more stupid than the median. Disgusting. What is this person even saying? It's obviously hostile, but a bit unhinged. But of course there are people who are not crazy about this situation. You see plenty of VTubers all lined up right here in the replies to Camilla's tweets, basically saying you have nothing to apologize for, and these people are looking for anything to try to dunk on and cancel someone, and that's pretty much what's going on here. This whole situation was a mess, to say the least. Another example of people trying to create issues anywhere they can to try to dunk on people on social media. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.